Hey folks, Crazy Clever 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 2 in our 20 from 1986 series. This is one of Taito's all-time classics. They took the Atari classic BREAKOUT and added some weapon power-ups and all sorts of cool little new touches, and this is of course Arkanoid. And I saw this at every single frickin' arcade, even like family diners and bowling alleys, all sorts of different places. This was everywhere. This plays very similar to BREAKOUT, in which you use a dial controller to twist left and right and move your paddle to catch a ball that is bouncing around, and you try to break all the bricks on the screen. And some of the bricks will release these little capsules, and when you catch the capsule with your paddle, you will get some sort of power-up. And the capsules are different colors. There is a red capsule that will grant you lasers, and you can shoot with a button, and you will be able to destroy some of the blocks that way. You can extend the length of your paddle to make it longer by catching one of the power-ups. There is also a power-up that will let you catch the ball for a few seconds, and you can release it when you want to within a few seconds. And you can make the ball slower with another power-up. You can open up a warp gate to the right with one of the power-ups. And there's the laser power-up there. And that might have been the slower power-up. There is also a power-up that lets you split the ball into 3. You only need to keep one of those from getting past you. And then one of them will give you an extra life. And we'll go ahead and get started. I will admit I used, I think, a couple save states, and I didn't get far. I'm not good at these ball and paddle games. But, see, there is the slow down power-up. Slow is orange. Gives you a slower ball. You get an extra life at, I think, 20,000, and then, was it 60,000? Trying to remember. 60,000, and then every 60,000 after that. And now I've used the catch option. And there is the break. And that'll actually let you go out through the warp gate. And you get a bonus for going through the warp gate. Now the different blocks, gray needs to be hit twice to be destroyed, and after 8 stages later, it'll take an additional hit to be destroyed, and another hit after another 8 stages. Then there is orange, light blue, green, red, blue, pink, and yellow that can all be destroyed. Or actually, the gray can be destroyed with one hit. It's the silver that takes multiple hits. And then there is also a gold one, and that is unbreakable. You cannot destroy it with the ball or with your laser fire. And note that we have these little these enemies that are appearing. They cannot hurt your paddle. They will be destroyed if they touched your paddle. But what they do is they deflect the ball. So they are a nuisance. The ball can destroy them, but it will just bounce a different way. And there's the laser power-up. Even with the laser, don't lose track of the ball. There are a total of 33 rounds. See, look at all those gold gold blocks that I cannot destroy, so you have to ricochet the ball in just the right way to get it. There we go. And then I caught another slow capsule. Yeah, sometimes I used a save state, and you could tell in some spots where I did. My paddle was in a different moved into a different position all of a sudden. Yeah, like I said, the laser cannot destroy the gold blocks, and so sometimes if you get the laser, then it's really not gonna be worth it. Yikes! See how fast it was moving. The different enemies are, there's like a cone-shaped one, there's a triangle-shaped one, there's an atom-shaped one, and these actually look like the enemies from the Namco game Vaus. But this was not created by Namco, this was created by Taito. And this was often seen in Romstar cabinets, and I don't think Romstar ever made their own actual games. But I got enough to get on the high score list, put in my initials. Yeah, this was everywhere. This was super popular back in the day. I think I saw all the cabinets. The full-size stand-up, the I think there was a cabaret one I'd seen, and then I'd seen the cocktail one, the sit-down one too. You can continue at the start of the stage that you died on, or that you lost your last life. If I didn't mention it already, your paddle is named Vaus, V-A-U-S, and I put on cheats here to keep the ball in play at all times, just so I can show you at least snippets of the remaining stages. And like I was saying, there are 33. On the last stage, you will face a boss, and that boss's name is Doh, D-O-H, and it's not Homer Simpson. Yeah, all I can ever think about when I see the name of the boss, D-O-H, is Homer Simpson going, Doh! But there were sequels, probably spin-offs or something, and there was the gray power-up with a P on it that gives you a 1-up. There is a red power-up that gives you the lasers, and it has an L on it. There's a blue power-up, it has an E on it, and that gives you an enlarge for your Vaus, makes it longer, or Vaus. I don't know if it's Vaus or Vaus. But then there is a green power-up that has a C on it that lets you catch the ball for a little while. And then you can press the button to release it at your leisure, or after a few seconds pass, then it's automatically released. Then there is an orange power-up that has an S on it, and that slows the ball down. There's a pink power-up with a B on it, and that makes that warp gate appear to the right. And then there is a light blue one with a D on it, and that splits the ball into 3. And note the Space Invader on that formation of blocks. There's some cool formations. We're just going to look at snippets of all the 33 stages, or I've already played 4 of them, but we're going to look at the rest of them here. But yeah, remember, those enemies can't kill you. They can't destroy your paddle. In fact, they'll die if they touch your paddle, but they are simply there to deflect your ball and annoy you. Make it harder to keep the ball from getting past you. If you're completely unfamiliar with ball and paddle games, you don't want to let the ball get past your paddle. You want to catch it as it ricochets around the playfield. And that's the same here. You will lose a Vaus, or Vaus, if the ball gets past you. Unless you have keep ball in play cheat, like I have. I believe that's what is called, is the cheat in MAME. And I also have a catch, or I did anyway. Yeah, I'm not good at this game, and I'm especially not good at trying to keep 3 balls in play when you use the disrupt capsule, the light blue one with a D on it. When you have the disrupt in use, there will be no other power-ups appearing while that's in use. Kind of interesting. The final boss the boss in the game, known as Do, is a big computer head, and it kind of looks like the Easter Island or Moai statues from Gradius. And you have to hit the ball on it 16 times to destroy it. And as you're trying to do this, it will shoot some sort of projectile at you, and you'll lose a Vaus if the projectile hits you. Yeah, like I was saying, the silver ones, these silver blocks, will take multiple hits. Initially, it just takes 2 hits to destroy one, but when you pass 8 stages, then there is an additional hit that you need to get on those silver blocks. The gray block is 50 points, orange is 60, light blue is 70, green is 80, red is 90, blue is 100, pink is 110, yellow is 120. And I don't remember how many points you get for the silver ones. And again, the gold ones are unbreakable, and they're unshootable. Yeah, the sequel that I remember best in the Arkanoid series is Arkanoid. I believe it was called Return of Do. Although I saw Arkanoid far more often. There is a tournament Arkanoid, and I have never played that, and I'm not sure what that's about. But yeah, this game was unbelievably popular. Hey, there's the break again. It'll open up that warp gate to the right, and I'm going to use it here. Yeah, I'm not sure what determines how many points you get from using the break, from going through that warp gate. But the warp gate icon, or a power-up, is pink. So keep an eye out for that. And the one-up is gray, dark gray. I remember when I first saw Arkanoid and I saw these colored capsules, they made me think of like Jelly Bellies because of the different colors. Like the pink one might be some sort of berry. Gray one might be licorice. I've always liked candy, but and there's another extra life. I don't generally eat a whole lot of sweets, but I still like ice cream. I still like licorice and all sorts of stuff. I used to get a lot of candy when I went to the movie theaters, but the price of candy has just gotten so exorbitant at the movie theaters, or popcorn or Coke. So I just hardly ever go anymore. Plus the pandemic. Although when I last went, there was hardly anybody in the theater, and they didn't they didn't bug me about not wearing my mask because I was constantly eating and drinking, so it'd have been kind of stupid to bother me about it anyway. I can't wait till this whole pandemic thing is over and we can go without masks indoors. It's not good for your health to be masked often. I work at a job where I have to have the mask on all day, and it really sucks. But we're just gonna look at snippets of the remaining stages here, and there's again 33 of them. I think I might have seen the first time I might have seen Arkanoid was probably at a nickel arcade, but I'd seen it everywhere after its debut. See it at every arcade. I'd see it at grocery stores or bowling alleys or family diners or what have you. Yeah, there's some interesting stage designs. Would have been cool to be able to design your own stage. Yeah, I can't... Oh yeah, there was an NES port. And that looks like that's supposed to be Mount Fuji or something. There was an NES port, and it had a special controller with it. A dial type of controller that the NES did not normally have. I don't recall if I ever played the NES port, but I'm sure it was very much the same. And I'm not entirely sure what determines... yeah, they probably do have just specific blocks that are always going to drop a capsule. Not just like random times that you hit blocks, there will be a power-up. It's probably certain blocks that will always drop one. Yeah, once you get far in the game, those silver blocks are going to take a long time to destroy just one. Yeah, this is definitely one of Taito's most recognized classics. And a classic that's even more recognized by Taito is going to be number 1 in this 20 from 1986 series. You classic gaming veterans are probably going to figure out which one it is. Really looking forward to starting my 20 from 1987 series. Got a lot of good ideas for the time capsule for that. And we're almost around 33 now. Boy, I hate these stages where there's a really low wall and the ball is just going to come right back at you super quick. And especially late in this game where those silver blocks take forever to destroy just one. Have you folks done your taxes yet? I just finished mine and I'm going to get a pretty good return. Now, I gave up the chance to get the brake to open up that warp to the right. One thing I can tell you about this game is if it's risky to catch a capsule, don't bother doing it. Obviously, you will lose a life if you let that ball get past you. So don't don't go out of your way to get a capsule if it's too dangerous. Yeah, on this stage you have to get to the far left or right and get on the top, or break through a very small area. You'll have to maybe train your eyes a little bit to determine the difference between orange and gold blocks. I kind of had to at first. But again, the gold blocks are the only ones that cannot be destroyed ever by either the ball or by lasers. Yeah, some interesting block patterns on some of these stages. We saw like the Space Invader and an umbrella, stuff like that. Yeah, it would be kind of cool to have like some sort of editor where you could design your own stages or block patterns. I kind of like this setup here. Various opportunities to get the ball bouncing around like crazy and taking out a whole bunch of blocks. I've never been good at trying to juggle all three balls there. But now we are almost to stage 33. Yeah, those four enemies that come out from the top. Again, there's the cone, there's the triangle, there's the atom, and then there's the red cube. And we're just going to scoot forward and get to the final stage. Yeah, this really isn't super hard if you can keep the ball in play well enough. It's not tough to dodge his projectiles. But yeah, you have to hit him 16 times in order to defeat him. And he's really close. There we go. And we have defeated Taito! And we have thusly defeated the game Arkanoid. And then you get this little ending sequence here. And then you got to put in your initials. But that is Arkanoid, game number 2 in our 20 from 1986 series. It's super popular game, one of Taito's all-time classics. I admit I like some of the earlier games in this series maybe a little bit more than Arkanoid, but I can't deny how popular it was and how it was at every single frickin' arcade back then. And I think we're going to look at me losing a life from the Taito projectiles. Yeah. But that was Arkanoid, game number 2 in our 20 from 1986 series, created by Taito in 1986. One of its greatest games of all time. Well, this is Crazy Climber Ace, and thanks for watching. Hope you join me soon for game number 1. Bye-bye, folks.